Hola, guys.
Hi, guys.
Bienvenidos to Cafecito and Crime. Yo soy Estela.
And this is Barbie.
And today, we're raging a little bit.
A little bit of a rage.
Estamos raging on Saturday night.
Saturday night. This is the first night after hours.
It is. So it's Cafecito and Crime after hours, pero es Why No edition.
Why No edition? Yes. Sola.
Porque estamos tomando wine.
Wine. Yeah. And it is actually a wine that I found for $10, but it is so fucking good, guys. Y'all need to try it. It's by a brand called Flybird.
It's spicy tamarindo.
Spicy tamarindo mango nada.
Yeah, it's really good, actually.
Yeah, so if you want to add a little bit of chamoy and stuff, it's so good. So if you want to sponsor us, pinche madre, fucking sponsor and shit. So anyway, but yeah, here we are. We've been going at this for about
an hour.
Maybe an hour and a half.
A little bit. Barbie got a new mic.
I got a new mic, guys. Yay!
But I don't know what it is.
I don't know.
We're having trouble connecting both of our mics at once. So we're recording off one mic ahorita. So
sorry if we sound a little bit crazy, pero we're trying the best we can. And
we're here for probably like 40 minutes or an hour.
Maybe an hour.
Trying to figure it out. I just could not.
Yeah.
I could not, pero.
And I feel bad for my sister because she's the one that's a techie. I don't really know about fucking computers and shit. I'm more of a give me the alcohol, you know?
Sí.
Or café.
Café. Pero ahorita alcohol.
Es un extremo al otro. You know, you have to have all the café or all the alcohol.
And we record in Barbie's garage.
We're in my garage.
This whole past week, at least, I know we've been asking for rain. We've gotten rain.
I've been wanting rain, but
I love
right
rain.
now, it's
fucking humid like no other.
Well, I mean, we do live in a humid city. I know. So, pero no nada más eso, las pinches flying roaches, bro. They're on fucking point. Bro, like, literally, I'm like, what the fuck is that noise? Y era una pinche flying roach? No mames. La pinche Melissa anda al 100.
Yeah.
La Melissa.
So we were a little bit on the struggle bus, pero.
So what are we talking about today, sister?
Okay, so this case, I had heard about it a while back, but I was like, okay, I'll do this case, and I Googled the victims, the initial victim that I remember her. I Googled her, and I was like, okay, it's exactly what I remembered, or enough of what I remembered that I was like, okay, let me start Googling. But
so you didn't have to like what you mean by that? You didn't have to like research everything since the front because you kind of knew what you were talking about.
I thought I did.
Shut the fuck up.
Because there was so much more to this case that I didn't remember. Because I think I listened to it sometime last year. Then when I was doing the research, I was like, oh shit. Yeah. Like there's way more to this case than what I remembered, like I just said.
Fuck, that's crazy.
So way more happened than what I first thought.
So let's get started.
Yeah, let's get started.
And salucita, because this just reminds you que hello, cheese,
wine
time, clink. So this just reminds you that you don't always have to listen to us in the morning. You can also listen to us.
Yeah, because it's currently 10:50 p.m.
10:50. By
raging.
This time,
we're raging for us. This is raging.
Bitch, for me, this is like estoy bien desvelada. Like tomorrow, I'm not going to be able to wake up all morning.
Tomorrow, I'm going to... you know me. I go to sleep late. I still wake up early.
Yeah, I can't help it. But anyway, so we're going to get started. So here's the episode number 16.
Okay, so for today's case, we're going to the state of Alaska.
Alaska?
Wow. Alaska.
You know it.
Alaska.
All the Alaskas. And you know what? I think that when I was younger, like, nunca me caía el 20 de que Alaska was a state of the United
US,
States.
Yeah.
You know, porque pues...
Estaban muy lejitos, apartados.
No, deja tú, güey. Pues no se mira en el pinche mapa, güey. No, o sea, lo miras al último. Ni Hawaii, ni Puerto Rico.
Okay, so it's like Alaska, and I feel like Alaska y Hawaii.
You know, ¿no te acuerdas que ahí están? I'm being serious. En Puerto Rico tampoco.
But Puerto Rico's not technically part of these United
what I mean.
States. Yeah,
you know it's a territory. We're not going to go
get into that. Okay. So...
Pero de ahí es Bad Bunny, I'm just saying.
So we're going to Anchorage, Alaska, to be exact. And I didn't exactly find a weird fact or a weird law for Alaska. I would see some here and there, but they were never actually verified. They were just like sayings. So, what I did find kind of fits the theme of the podcast a little bit. Anchorage is the number one city in America.
In America?
In America. With the most espresso shops per capita.
What?
There are 2.8 shops per every 10,000 residents, beating Seattle, which is the birthplace of Starbucks.
Wow.
Which has 2.5 shops per every 10,000 residents.
No mames. And I think that Alaska's not that big.
Alaska is the biggest state in the whole 50 states of the U.S.
Shit. O sea, mira chiquito en el pinche mapa.
No, güey, está pinche grandote.
Pero es...
Two Texas fit inside Alaska.
Two Texas?
Two Texas.
Oh my God. And you know we big. We big here in Texas.
And I think 1/5 of the U.S. states fit inside Alaska.
No mames.
Mamo, güey.
No chingues. O sea, y luego...
I feel like a lot of people forget.
No, you
Alaska.
do. I mean, anybody, if you are listening to us, if you want to know and you want to leave us a little comment.
A little comment or send us an email.
An email letting us know that you do kind of remember, I mean, that you are like me, that I really fucking had no idea. Pero es como having all the churches here in Houston. You know, we have a shitload of churches.
Really?
We have a shitload of churches. They're everywhere, every corner.
Well, we're very big.
We are very big.
We're the 4th largest city in the U.S.
Yes. Oh my God, you're like full of facts today. What the fuck?
I read a lot.
I think it's the alcohol.
A little bit. Sorry, guys. It's Saturday night. This is our raging moment. This is how we party.
Yay! Party time.
Okay. So we're going to start this case with Samantha Koenig.
Okay.
So Samantha Koenig was born on August 30th of 1993 in Anchorage, Alaska, to parents James Koenig and Darlene Christensen. Mm-hmm. She had 2 brothers and 3 sisters, but those were on her mom's side.
And, like half brothers and sisters.
Yes.
Okay.
And I don't. From what the research, I don't think her parents were together at all. Like
they never were like a couple.
Yes.
Okay, got it.
So she was described, as being really caring. She had the biggest personality. She had the best laugh.
Aww.
She loved to spend time with her friends and her dad. She was really, really close to her dad. And she lived with her dad.
Okay.
She loved animals. She had pets. And at a point, she wanted to be a veterinarian.
Oh, she was going to be a vegetarian. Wow. Dijiste vegetarian. No mames, güey.
I didn't say it.
Pero andabas diciendo la pinche vegetariana la verga. ¿Y luego?
She also thought about joining the Navy at one point and becoming a nurse. So she wanted a career where she could help.
I like that.
For sure. So that's just the type of person that she was. Mm-hmm. On February 1st of 2012, Samantha was working at Coffee Grounds, which was an espresso shop.
Oh, because they have a shitload of them.
Yes.
No hay un vergo de pinches
yes.
shop. Okay.
Which kind of looked like what we recognize as like snorkel stands here.
Pero allá son café.
But that's just kind of pretty much the size of them. Just kind of like a little stand off the side of the road. Uh-huh. Just small. Like kind of like you just drive through. Or you can go up and order.
And so she worked at this coffee shop.
Yes. And it was almost closing time, which was at 8 p.m. So Samantha was doing her closing duties.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to drink coffee after like 6.
Unless you have shit to do.
I mean, yeah, pero espresso, like a las 9 de la noche. I mean, bitch, no, hombre, no va a dormir toda la pinche noche.
I know you guys can see me, but like I'm doing like a shaky hand moment.
No, bitch, I don't know about that, but I know for a fact that after 10, I'm done. But
you're
that's
ready
just
to go
me.
To night.
No, pero like 10 o'clock in the morning. Like imagine todo el día pinche café. They have to close at 8:30. ¿Para qué quieres café tan tarde tú?
There's people that drink coffee later.
But espresso, bitch?
Espresso.
But
it wasn't just an espresso stand. They did like lattes, everything.
Oh,
but it was just like
iced coffee, pero pues en Alaska está frío, ¿no?
Freezing.
Oh, I want to live there.
Same. As Samantha was doing her closing duties, Israel Keys comes up to the ordering window wearing a ski mask.
Sí, porque está frío a la verga.
Está pinche frío.
Yeah,
it's fucking February. And fucking Alaska is below freezing temperatures.
Ay, qué frío.
He had his own cup of coffee. So he goes up to the window y le dice a Samantha, hey, can I get an Americano? So le da el vaso.
My favorite.
Same.
My fucking favorite.
Same. Goes to Samantha, le dice, can you give me an Americano? Le da su vaso.
Para que eche ahí el café.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Very earth conscience.
Sí, no, pues para no tirar vasos, güey.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Samantha le hace su Americano and hands it back to him.
Okay.
As soon as she hands it back to him, Samantha backs up from the window and puts her hands up. Like she just backs up like this. Israel had pulled a gun and pointed it at Samantha.
That's confusing. You don't go and hold up fucking coffee shops, bitch. That's not what you do.
He then instructed her to turn off the lights, which she immediately obeys.
Uh-huh.
He then proceeded to jump into the stand through the ordering window, which was kind of large, and ties her hand behind her back.
Oh, shit. Ya valió verga?
He grabs Samantha and kind of forces her out of the shack towards his truck. She tries to run, but la alcanza. And he catches up to her, points the gun at her back, y le dice to get inside his truck, which he had already taken the license plates off of.
Oh, so yeah, he had already planned this. He knew he was going to go and take her.
And fuck some shit
Puro
up.
pinche desmadre. Puro pinche desmadre, okay.
Yeah. As he's doing this, he tells her again and again that he was abducting her for ransom money. Y Samantha le dice that her family doesn't have any money. And he tells her, well, they'll be able to raise it. You know? Like, they'll be able to raise that type of money for ransom.
That's so stupid. So you don't even know if they're going to have the money. You're just going to take somebody. Be like, a ver si me dan algo.
A ver si the community comes together and raises the money.
Y si no le juntan el dinero, ¿qué vergas?
So he starts driving randomly around town when he realized que Samantha didn't have her cell phone on her, which he needed to make sure his plan worked out.
So this is what, for real, this is what he wanted to do. He was going to get this ransom money.
Yes.
Pues lo que quería, pues.
Yes.
Okay.
So Israel drives back to the coffee stand where he just took her out of, gets the phone.
So se regresó. He's like, let me go back and get... Oh my God, this motherfucker.
Yeah. So he goes back to the coffee stand, gets Samantha's phone, and then sends 2 text messages. The first one was to Samantha's boyfriend, and the second one to the owner of the coffee stand, telling them that she was leaving on vacation porque she was tired and needed a break.
A la madre.
He sent those texts to those specific people because by the time he made it back to the coffee shop and he picked up her phone, he had missed calls from those people. Porque del novio, because he was the one that was supposed to pick her up.
Yeah, I was about to say, no, porque ya iba a cerrar.
Ya iba a cerrar. And the coffee stand owner, because she needed to tell him that she had already done everything that needed to be done to close the little stand. And after that, he asked Samantha for her debit card. And she told him that her debit card was in her boyfriend's truck, which was at her house. So he made her tell him where she lived. And after she told him where she lived, he then dropped her off at his place of residence, I guess.
Yeah.
Put her in a tool shed.
Oh, hell.
Turned up the music super loud so no one would hear her scream. Because he would do that. He would actually go into his shed of tools and do work in there.
Su shed, como el comercial.
Exactly. And he would actually listen to loud music in the shed and work. So it wasn't out of the ordinary for him to do that. And then he went to retrieve the debit card from her boyfriend's truck at around 3 a.m. Saw their boyfriend's truck, broke into it to steal her the debit card.
He really went out of his way. Like, this motherfucker was like...
I'm going to get what I need to get.
Yeah, pero, like, honestly, like, he was, like, not scared because he could have gotten caught out there, you know?
The boyfriend heard.
Oh, sí oyó.
And then he went outside and saw that a man was standing by his truck.
Uh-huh.
He yelled at him. He was like, hey, what the fuck are you doing? So then the boyfriend ran back inside. He was like, let me get back up. So he ran to get Samantha's dad.
Oh, okay. They lived with Samantha's dad. Oh, allí estaba.
Ahí estaba porque la estaba esperando porque le iba a recoger.
Pero sí, de vacaciones, según él. Ajá.
Ella.
Mm-hmm.
So el boyfriend ran back inside the home to get Samantha's dad, but by the time they made it back outside, pues aquel ya se había ido.
Sí.
He was a bold-ass motherfucker, first of all, to be doing that type of shit. Driving up to somebody's
That's
home.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That he wasn't scared because, I mean, he wasn't worried that he was going to get caught.
Israel then drove to an ATM to make sure that the PIN that Samantha had told him was the actual one.
This motherfucker had time, bitch. He had time.
And he wanted to see what was in her bank account. ¿Qué dinero?
Oh, my God. Those, okay. Para los $5 que tenía la pobre.
So after he did that, he drove back to the shed where he had left Samantha in his residence, went inside the shed, he sexually assaulted her, and then strangled her to death.
Oh, okay. Well, that fucking escalated quickly.
He then went inside his home, packed some luggage, and went to bed.
Luggage.
Later that morning when he woke up, Israel, his girlfriend and daughter all flew to New Orleans to where their cruise was going to depart from.
Oh, they were going to go on a vacation.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, wait a minute. Regresate, güey. So you're telling me que he killed the girl, left her in the she shed.
He should,
whatever. Well, he's a bitch, so a she shed.
Yeah.
Y luego went inside, packed his bags like, oh, let me get my little, don't forget my little
swim trunks.
My little swimming trunks and my, my fucking sunscreen, my calzones and shit. And then with his daughter and his girl, and then left?
Yes.
On the airplane?
Yes.
To New Orleans?
Yes. On a cruise.
No mames.
Mamo.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
¿Y luego qué pedo?
Él se largó.
Sí. Pero ella sí la mató.
Sí, la mató. So that morning, Samantha's dad y su novio were worried because Samantha never made it home. And she had sent that weird text to the boyfriend about she was leaving on vacation because she was fucking tired and shit.
That's stupid.
Which was not like her, first of all.
Well, yeah, I mean...
So they knew that something was wrong.
Something was wrong because the dad was like, bro, no. Yeah, uh-huh.
Her worried family then contacts a popo.
Yeah.
And they head to the last place that she was at.
Which was the coffee shop.
Yes.
Okay.
Investigators go to the coffee stand. They check the surveillance cameras, because there was cameras, bitch. And they see everything from the video. And they see everything from the previous night that had happened to Samantha, which is what I described.
Que se metió y que se la llevó drug route. Okay.
So the search for Samantha starts.
Yeah, because they're like, we have to find her. Somebody took her. Okay.
She's been abducted.
Yeah.
The FBI also gets involved right off the bat.
That's quick. Okay.
Yeah, because I think in some states or
I was about to say, how did that work in Alaska?
Because I think what I read, it says that kidnappings or abductions in some states are considered federal crimes.
Oh, well, not here. I'll tell you that much.
So in Samantha's case, the FBI got involved really quickly.
They were like, let's see what's going on.
The FBI, along with the local police, rule out her family and friends as suspects, including her boyfriend. But after that, they have no leads.
Yeah, because the guy was wearing a ski mask.
Yeah. Samantha's family and friends start to pass out flyers.
Pobrecitos, dude.
Yeah. With the picture of Samantha, all over Anchorage. Mm-hmm. Her dad asked the public to please...
Wait, question. Isn't Anchorage the same place donde se salió the proposal?
I don't know. No, I think she's from Canada.
Sí, pero they go to Alaska.
Oh, I'm not sure.
You need to find out. That would be fun fact number 52 of today.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. What was I thinking about that? I don't know.
So her dad asked the public to please help find his daughter.
Got on TV and shit, on the news and shit. Okay.
I mentioned earlier, she lived with him and they were really close.
Pobrecito.
Yeah. A vigil was held for Samantha 10 days after she disappeared, and hundreds of people from Anchorage showed up, wanting to show support and asking how they could help.
Y este güey andaba en el pinche...
In the Caribbean.
En el Caribbean,
yes.
Alohaing and shit.
No.
Mames, güey.
About 2.5 weeks later, Israel Keys returned from his family cruise vacation.
Este pendejo, bro.
He decides to type up a ransom note. Clickety clack, clack, click, click, clack.
Yeah?
Yeah, which he actually went out and bought a manual typewriter for.
Stop it.
I will not. Stop it.
With the $5 que tenía la pobre muchacha en el pinche...
Bank account. This note just pretty much demanded that $30,000.
Hasta se me atoró la pinche...
El vino.
No, se me atoró el pinche carro, güey. Con la pinche typewriter que compró.
Sí.
En el Walmart.
Pidiendo
$30,000. Okay, yeah. Okay. Just making sure because
he wanted those $30,000 to be deposited into Samantha's bank account, which she had the debit card for. Remember?
So then he's like, put it here para que no lo vayan a poner en mi cuenta. That motherfucker's stupid, bro.
He then proceeded to go to the shed where he had left Samantha's body in.
The she shed.
He left her body inside a box of some sorts. Mm-hmm. He thawed her out because she was frozen.
Ay.
Because it was below freezing temperatures in Anchorage. He braided her hair.
What?
He put makeup on her.
La peinó.
He put makeup on her, which some sources say that he used his girlfriend's makeup.
That is not okay.
And then he used it on Samantha, and then he put it back.
No, ma. It's not funny, but it's funny. Not. It's funny, but it's not.
But you're loud because you're uncomfortable.
No, because I just can't believe it. Like, this motherfucker.
Hold on to your chichis. He then sewed her eyes open. Some sources say it was with the thread and needle, and other sources say it was with the fish line.
It doesn't matter. Either way, it's still bad.
He then put tape over her mouth. He tied her up and somehow made it to where it looked like she was holding a newspaper. He took a Polaroid picture of her.
Yeah.
And then he put that picture and the ransom note inside like a plastic Ziploc bag. He then went and left that plastic bag under a missing dogs poster on a bulletin board in a park.
Como que está pendejo, ¿no?
You would think, right?
What the fuck? So this motherfucker se la estaba jugando de Morgan shit. Andaba pinche pintando a la señora y a la muchacha y todo esto. And
he thought her out.
Pero, bitch, what the fuck? Like, who the fuck? Ni que fuera pinche pollo a la verga? Like, what the hell's wrong with you? And then la pintó, and then he set her up.
Mm-hmm.
Y le tomó la foto con la Polaroid. La instant camera.
To make sure she seemed like she was alive. So he could ask for money.
That's just wrong. That's just, no.
So there's a picture on the internet that a lot of people believe is this actual picture.
Stop it.
But it's not.
Oh, okay.
The photo that pops up when you look
like
at her
Google
case,
it?
Yeah, it's actually a recreation for the show called Dark Minds, which did an episode on Israel Keys. But the actual picture has never been released to the public.
No, I hope that nobody ever releases that.
Same, because I would
never be able to look at anything again.
And as a parent or a family member that knows Samantha,
oh my God, I just got the chills.
I would never be okay.
No.
Like, there's no way.
No.
So, yeah.
So hopefully nobody ever decides to fucking release that. Please don't ever. Not that they would ever hear our please, but please.
Don't.
Yeah. The three people that listen to us.
To our podcast.
Please don't, please.
So, on February 24th, Israel Keys sent a text from Samantha's phone to her boyfriend's phone that said, Connor Park, sign under pic of Albert. Ain't she purty?
No, it's because now se está pasando de verga.
Now?
Now. No. Ya se pasó. Te voy a decir por qué. Porque ya eso you're pushing that motherfucker. Like, now you said her, you thought her like a chicken, and then now you want to fucking... Respectfully, you know, I'm sorry for the family. I'm sorry for your loss. But the thing is, like, and now you want to say those things like you're taunting them?
Giving them hope that she's alive?
Motherfucker, man. Y luego? Tell me that they fucking killed this fucker.
The fuck face, like I just said, is giving this poor girl's family hope that she's alive while he had already killed her 2 weeks ago before he went on fucking a family vacation.
Please don't be trash. Please.
Oh, he's major fucking trash already. He's dumpster fire trash.
No, he's dumpster. Yeah, he's fucking trash del pinche sushi place. Allá que huele a puro pinche pescado and shit. Like that kind of trash. Fuck yeah.
So once El Novio gets this text, the family and friends haul ass to the park that is mentioned on the text message. And they retrieve the ransom note and the picture.
Ay, no puedo creer. ¿Te imaginas a ver eso?
They actually give that picture to the dad for him to verify that it's Samantha.
Stop.
And he says that, yes, it is her. They read what the note says, and with the okay from the FBI, Samantha's dad deposits $5,000 into the account.
Para ver qué pedo. A ver si es cierto. Okay.
The plan, like you just said, was to try and catch this asswipe as he tried to withdraw the money. So the FBI had actually worked out a deal with the bank that would alert them immediately
when somebody went to go get the money out
from Samantha's account.
So they were like, let's put a little bit. A ver qué va a hacer.
They're trying.
Like they're trying to lure him because they don't have $30,000.
Yeah. So that same night, a couple of hours later, Israel wore dark clothing,
no mames,
a mask, and gloves to make a withdrawal. The police get alerted and rush to the ATM, but of course, by the time they get there, this pile of shit was already gone. They missed him by minutes.
Wow.
He makes another 2 withdrawals within the next couple of days, but it's the same scenario. He's wearing dark clothing and all this other crap. And
because the bank, the ATM no te da más que $200. Like they only give you $200.
No, it depends on the limits that you set. I think they say 500 for...
I think the most that I've heard is 500.
Yes.
But like, I mean, if she's a younger girl, like maybe 7? I mean, 200? Like, I don't know.
I think you can set it. I'm not really quite sure.
But like, she's young.
Yeah,
like, she's
18.
young. Like, she's not, it's not like she has like all these fucking thousands of dollars.
That we know of. I don't know her life.
Yeah, I don't know her life. But what I'm saying is, R.I.P. ¿verdad? But what I'm saying is like for him, he had to make more than one trip. But I mean, obviously he would have known that there wasn't $30,000 in there, no?
No, he knew how much it was deposited on there, but he was taking as he needed based on the limit that she had on her card.
Este pinche perro maldito. ¿Sabes qué? No, he's not an asshole. No, es más, he's not even a perro. He's not, because the perro, I love my dog.
Yes.
But no, he's worse than the worst piece of shit.
But, okay, I feel like... cucaracha, güey? Pero no, because even cucarachas kind of have like a purpose, I think. Pero I feel like he's worse than a cucaracha.
You think so? Rata?
¿Rata de dos patas?
No, Paquita, no. No, Paquita, no. I don't know. What something's worse? We need to look. We'll
think about it.
Yeah. Oh, you know what they could be? I actually, fun fact number 52, that I learned that whales, when they die, because they're mammals, they need air. So when they do die, they float.
Yes.
Right? So then when they float, they blow up like balloons, motherfucker. Like a fucking balloon. They blow up, and guess what? They actually explode. Because they actually, I don't know if they produce like...
So what does this have to do with this?
Because file? I'm just saying que he could be the fucking gordura de la pinche huevo.
We'll think about it. We'll come back to this. Okay. Back to the story. The next withdrawal is made on March 7th.
Okay.
At 11 p.m., almost 4,000 miles away in Wilcox, Arizona. Then in Lordsburg, New Mexico.
Oh, he's driving, girl. He on a trip.
And then, hold on to your chichis, on March 10th in Humble, Texas.
Not here.
Yes, bitch. You just heard me right.
Not in the Humble.
Humble as in...
Humble with an H, but not with the H is silent.
Humble as in down the street from us. Mm-hmm. It's not really down the street.
It's not down the street.
More like an hour to 40 or an hour
when
or 45
people that
minutes.
is not from Houston see the word humble, people want to call it humble. But it's not. The H is silent, so
it's
call
humble.
it humble.
Humble.
Pues sí, por eso te digo.
Oh, they said humble.
No, humble.
Yes,
so
it's humble.
That's fun fact number 58 is that.
Yeah. So then after humble.
So anda pinche driving, bitch.
Yes.
Like anda en todo United States.
He left
Alaska to New Mexico to Arizona. Okay, now he's in the south.
After humble, it went to Shepherd, Texas. And still he's doing these withdrawals. But you can see who he is porque todavía anda usando lo mismo. But the cameras did manage to catch something.
Uh-huh.
While he was taking out money in Arizona, it caught on camera that the person that was doing these withdrawals was driving a white Ford Focus.
Oh.
They knew the direction that he was traveling based on the withdrawals, right? So they knew that he was traveling eastbound in Texas.
Yeah.
And now they knew the type of car he was driving.
Oh, so they put
the information out to the Popo in that area.
Yeah.
And immediately.
The Texas Rangers, we don't fucking play.
Or the troopers.
The troopers, bitch.
Yes.
We don't play.
On March 13th, a state trooper sees a vehicle.
That's what's up.
Matching the exact description, parked at a random hotel parking lot, still in Texas.
Es todo, because we don't fucking play in Texas.
The trooper stays to keep an eye out on this vehicle.
Uh-huh.
And then he sees, sometime later, a man get in the car and drive off.
Okay.
He follows the man in this vehicle, and as soon as the vehicle goes over speed limit, he pulls him over.
Sí, lo para. Porque we don't play that shit. We're watching. We're watching you, motherfucker. And then here, we go fast. But if you're not from Texas, we know you're not from Texas because you don't go fast.
Yes.
And then when you do.
So this trooper goes up to the vehicle and asks for the driver's license, toda esa madre. Mm-hmm. The trooper gets handed an Alaskan driver's license.
Oh, they know. They know.
Israel keys.
They know Israel. El Israel, eh?
And the trooper, bro, he knew. He knew that this was the guy that they were looking for.
We're fucking smart because here in Texas, we're smart, bitch. Got him. So
the masses of police backup
no me imagino, güey. Ya me imagino.
And you can, there's pictures of this and you can just see it. It's like the escalofrío.
Yeah.
So his vehicle gets searched, and in it they find clothing that matches the man in the surveillance that's making the withdrawals.
Okay.
A gun.
Oh, andaba packing.
Samantha's ID.
Oh.
Her debit card, and her cell phone.
Oh, pero ahorita va a decir que he doesn't know where she's at.
Obviously, he's been caught red-handed.
Technically red-handed.
Yes. Mm-hmm. I believe after 2 weeks here in Texas, he gets extradited back to Alaska, where the FBI is not trying to figure out who this man is.
If I was the policeman at the fucking
the FBI.
No, if I was the policeman whenever they brought him here into Houston, into Texas, I would have showed him how we roll. I would be fucking breaks out that motherfucker. Big time.
So the FBI is trying to figure out if he's the one that took Samantha. Is Samantha still alive? Did he find Samantha's thing somewhere and then just start swiping her card? You know, all that.
They're just trying to, They're
doing their jobs. Israel Keys was born in Cuff, Utah, January 7th, 1978, to parents Heidi and John Keys. He was the second of 10 children.
My best friend's name is Heidi, by the way.
I know.
Yeah.
I remember her. She's cool.
She's cool. I like her. I love her.
So he was the second of 10 children.
Okay.
They were mostly poor. And when Israel was a toddler, the Keys family moved to Colville, Washington, where he grew up.
No relation to Alicia Keys. I'm just saying.
No.
Okay, got it.
His last name, Keys, it's spelled Keyes.
Oh, no relation to Alicia
No relation.
Keys. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So this family lived completely off the grid.
If they were from Utah, were they like Mennonites or whatever?
They moved from Utah to Washington State.
Oh, okay.
So they lived completely secluded in the woods with no electricity and away from society.
Wow. Okay.
Completamente. He was homeschooled. The family also attended a white supremacist church.
Well, excuse me, Will. We know where that is taking us.
And as a teenager, he was described as somewhat of a loner, quiet.
They're all loners.
And socially awkward. And then I was like, whoa, is this me?
Bitch, that sounded like you, motherfucker. I was about to say, is Stella? Is that you? Bitch, that sounded just like you. Hey, are they reading your profile?
It is also reported that he would torture animals.
Oh.
And, that's like a key point to
finding out that later on they're going to be murderers and shit.
Yeah.
The fuck? Oye, ¿qué les hacen los animales tú?
Es que no se pueden defender.
No, hombre, ma.
Later, he tells the FBI that he's known since he was 14 that things that he thought were okay and normal, other people didn't think were okay and normal.
I mean, it's okay to be weird, pero cuando te pasas de verga,
there's I feel like there's different lines of weird.
No, levels. Hay niveles, güey. Hay niveles.
Yes.
O sea, está bien que es a little bit weird, así te pones
like
algo
funny, weird, like quirky.
Yeah, pero luego ya cuando andas matando animales and shit.
No, don't touch the animals, bro.
If you're killing the fucking squirrels and shit, fucker, you gotta go.
Why are you killing Sandy?
Yeah, no, Sandy no te hizo nada.
Sandy Cheeks no te hizo nada. Déjala en paz. He also had a falling out with his family, I think based on religion.
I'm sure they fucking would. Because if he's out there killing fucking Beanie the cat and shit.
I think he didn't want to attend that type of church anymore. So
he was like, you know what, I don't want to be with you, whatever. But maybe if he would fucking go to church, he wouldn't be killing people and shit.
But he remained close to his mom.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which, that's what we usually do, porque somos alcahuetas.
Yeah. At the time he was caught or arrested, Israel Keys was 34 years old.
Estaba joven, güey.
He had no criminal record.
Wow.
And nada que ver. I think the most he had was a DUI. He had a construction business and lived in Anchorage, Alaska, with his 10-year-old daughter and girlfriend.
¿Y dónde está la mom de la niña?
We'll get to that a little bit later. He pretty much was known to have a quiet life. Nothing stood out. A neighbor said that he, like I just said, literally, he didn't stand out at all. Nothing ever seems sus. And that he worked really hard.
That's how they all are.
That's how everybody seems.
Yeah.
While being interrogated, he was pressed for information.
Uh-huh.
But he wasn't saying much.
No, of course not. Porque no, pues esos son culos, güey. Son culos.
Then he was presented with the evidence that they had against him about Samantha.
Okay.
So he decides to confess.
Oh, okay. He's like, okay, I'm going to tell you.
He says that he killed Samantha, pero ya no dice nada más. Así queda.
Ay, pero at least they already know that she's dead, you know?
He had a couple of requests before he decided to talk some more and say some other things.
Oh, if anybody's listened to the other podcast episode from last week, they all have requests.
Yes. The request that he wanted to be fulfilled before saying anything else is that he wanted an Americano from Starbucks, quería a specific type of cigar, and Snicker bars.
No, pues yo le voy. Don't fucking tell me they gave it to him.
They gave him all his shit because they need to know what, And he tells the FBI exactly what he did to Samantha Koenig.
I mean, I'm sorry, but Americanos are fucking bomb. They're really good.
I love Americanos.
They're my favorite. But I don't know if I want to be my favorite anymore after this.
So, les dice what I said earlier, that he raped and killed her. Mm-hmm. Yeah. He then tells them that he drove to Matanuska Lake, which was about 35 miles north of Anchorage, Alaska, and disposed of her body.
Was this after he fucking took pictures of her and shit? O sea, after que la pintó and shit. Okay.
He dismembered her.
Oh.
He placed weights on her body parts as he pushed them through a hole he had made in the ice, because he was also ice fishing as he was doing this.
Ay, Dios mío, pinche marrano.
And they asked him, they were like, hey, when we you target Samantha or this coffee stand specifically, he said that it was just random. That it was just because he noticed it was open later than all the other places.
Oh my God. I told you. Porque estaba abierto a las 8:30. A ver.
It was 8. You know how scary that is?
That is so fucking scary, dude.
I feel like it's scary enough cuando somebody has like a specific victim profile that, they go after certain people that
look like if they look a certain way or they do a certain thing. Yeah.
But
if it's random, just because it's
you're at the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah, that's fucking scary. Yeah, I completely agree.
Samantha's family was notified. And her dad was, of course, and her mom too, because her mom was still in her life. They were just completely devastated. Samantha was her dad's only daughter.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So I can't even imagine.
No, just even in general, for anybody.
Yeah. The FBI's dive team managed to recover Samantha's remains.
Oh, they tried.
Which took them 10 hours.
Yeah, bitch, it's fucking cold.
Yeah.
In the ice?
I think when I was watching the interviews, they used like a
sonar?
Yeah, like a robot of some sort, and then like an actual diver that would go in there.
Damn, dude, you imagine diving into that?
But you have specific type of gear for that type of temperature.
No,
water.
definitely. I watched this it's called Divers with the Purpose.
Yes.
Adventures
you mentioned
with
it before.
And I love this show. If anybody gets to... They're so good.
They do such good work.
So if anybody gets to follow them or whatever, it's on YouTube, because their follows is how they get money for them to do this.
Be able to do this for families.
They do it absolutely for free. And they find and close cases like for diving for people.
That police have not been able.
And it's kind of crazy because I just saw one not too long ago that they closed the case in like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Because they're so amazing. So if anybody can see them, look them up on YouTube.
They're really good.
They're called Adventures with the Purpose.
We can link them
on
the show notes.
Yeah. And that would be cool for them because they do it for free.
Yeah.
And, it would be good if anybody can if you get to watch one show or two. I know my sister.
It's really, really nice. It's really good.
My sister and I both really do like that show. So, yeah. Anyway.
So... we just said, Samantha's remains were recovered. She was cremated on April 8th, 2012, which was Easter Sunday.
Oh.
Yeah. Israel Keys gets interrogated by the FBI for the next 8 months. And this is where the next info is going to come from, the next interviews that he gets interrogated by the FBI from.
Okay, so that wasn't it?
No.
Oh, I thought we were going to bed, bitch.
You thought we were done?
I thought we were done.
No, homegirl.
I thought we were about to say goodnight to these roaches. Motherfuckers were out here.
We saw one roach, and we don't even know if it was flying.
No, it wasn't fucking flying, but it was over here. I'm like, where this...
It's behind me.
I don't know where the fuck this bitch is going.
So during the another interrogation, Israel said, actually in a very fucking creepy manner, I'm sure you can imagine, and I quote, "I'm two different people, basically." And then after he said this, he laughs. And the FBI agent asked him how long he has been these two different type of people. And he says, long time, 14 years.
What the fuck?
This let the FBI know that Samantha was not his first victim.
No, because he had no criminal record based on what they had run, but like...
There's no way. Like, you don't commit this type of murder on your first go.
Bitch, he knew exactly where to put the body. He knew what he was doing, how he killed her. Like, there's no way.
The FBI... It
wasn't an accident.
The FBI knew then that they had caught a serial killer.
What the fuck?
So as the interrogation or the interviews continued, they tried to get more out of him. And he kind of would make suggestions about there being other victims.
Pero no decía nada.
But he would hesitate, yes.
Oh, no, porque pues ya tenía todos los fucking Snickers and shit.
Yeah.
Pues que hable el cocho.
Israel knew that they pretty much had him for Samantha's murder, right? Like, he knew he wasn't going to get out of that.
He was like, let me see.
He was going to go to prison. He knew that.
Well, I mean, he probably was like, let me see what I can get away with.
Yes. He finally told the FBI agents, and I quote, "I'll tell you everything. I'll give you every single gory detail you want." But he wanted something in return.
More Americana.
He said, and I quote again, "I want an execution date."
No, pues sí.
Yes.
An easy way out.
He wanted the FBI to promise him that they would give him the death penalty.
Oh, he wanted to die. He wanted an easy way out. Yeah,
a little bitch.
No, he wasn't a little bitch. He was a big ass bitch.
And he wanted to remain anonymous.
How are you going to remain anonymous?
He didn't want the world to know what he had done because that would hang over his daughter's life for the rest of her life because she was just 10. That's
some bullshit.
The FBI told him, okay. He was like, we can work with you, but the more information you give us, the more victims that you give us, the more of a chance there will be that we can impose the death penalty.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. The state of Alaska on its own,
they probably don't have the death penalty.
Have the death penalty,
yeah.
But since this is a federal case now,
yeah.
In federal cases, the FBI or along those lines, they can impose the death penalty.
Yeah. He wasn't in Texas because he would have been killed quick.
Immediately.
Yeah.
But we know death penalties don't get carried out immediately. We know that.
No. Uh-huh.
Israel then gives them, the FBI, the name of a couple. Bill and Lorraine Currier.
Okay.
Bill and Lorraine Currier were a couple that lived in Essex, Vermont.
Okay.
Vermont, on the other side of the country, 4,200 miles away.
What?
50-year-old Bill was a caretaker of animals for the University of Vermont, and 55-year-old Lorraine worked at the medical center for the same university. They lived like a small, quiet life. They just minded their own fucking business and went to work. They were last seen on June 8th, 2011.
Mm-hmm.
When they failed to show up for their jobs the next day, it concerned people because they were not the type of people to do that type of thing. When police made it out to their home, they found that the window to their garage had been broken into and the phone line had been cut.
Okay.
Their car was found somewhere else, not in their home, but not too far from their home either. But that's it. There was no sign of a struggle inside the home or anything.
So it was a cold case?
That's the thing. It seemed like they just vanished.
Yeah. Okay.
No one had any idea what had happened to them. Their families obviously were distraught because, like I said,
they didn't know anything. Yeah.
It was not like them to just fucking disappear.
And especially if it's two people. Usually one person, but two?
And to their families, the fact that they were gone, just like that, meant that obviously something bad had happened to them.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Israel tells the FBI that he flew from Anchorage, Alaska to Chicago, rented a car, and then drove 1,000 miles to Vermont.
¿Hacer qué?
The whole purpose of the trip was to kill somebody at random.
No mames.
He drove to Essex and stayed at a random hotel.
There's no way this motherfucker's just doing shit randomly. There's no way.
He then picked a random house.
No, man. No.
That didn't look to have any kids living in it or a dog and staked it out.
Mm-hmm.
He got a feel for the layout of the home based on how it looked from the outside. He then went to look for a kill kit.
Okay.
That he had buried in that same area back in 2009.
And it was random though.
Wait.
Oh my God.
He alluded to having about 12 other kill kits buried all over the U.S. The kit was a bucket, like an orange bucket from
Home Depot.
that contained weapons, cash, which he actually robbed banks for too.
Oh, so that's another thing he was doing.
And other necessities that he need to carry out these murders.
So, I mean, oh, man.
Others were trash bags that contained Drano.
That he should put himself in.
Which he actually would use to help the composition of the bodies that he murdered.
My gosh. His fucker, man.
That's the thing, Barbie.
What?
He'd plant these sometimes years ahead.
I'm telling you, there's no way that you could have just been like, oh, I'm going to just do this randomly.
That part wasn't random. He knew he was going to kill.
Yeah?
But the person...
That was random.
That was random.
Wow. This some shit, bro.
That's fucking scary.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's just chilling, like coming out of your job or even from your house or something.
Going out to eat.
Out to eat, yeah. And this motherfucker just shows up talking about, I'm about to kill.
I got the need for speed, but I got the need to kill.
To kill, you know?
And I remember I planted one of these kill kits around these areas, so you're next.
¿Sabes qué? Esos son pinches mamadas nada más.
Dude, I remember I watched an episode of 48 Hours based on Israel Keys, and the FBI agents assigned to this case were like, I've never seen anything like this.
Yeah, I mean, who has ever seen something like that? Who? I mean, no. I'm just saying, like, there's nobody that's
that type of patience to wait for. I know, like, he would get some sort of satisfaction from this, obviously.
Definitely, obviously.
But for him to be able to wait for that sort of gratification to kill somebody, to wait years ahead of time to be able to do that. That's scary.
Not only that, but like what he would bury, like things that he knew according to him, he was gonna need. You know, like I don't know.
But that's the thing.
What if somebody else found it or something? You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, that he planned it out to where nothing could be tied to him, because he would fly to one place and then rent a car and drive from that place to another place. If he was going to do the killing, he never had to check a gun into the airport, because he already had them there. He already had it to wherever he was going to go to.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So on the night of June 8th.
I mean, what is a word worse than crazy? That's preposterous.
Yes.
Preposterous.
Spell preposterous.
No, bitch, I can't spell that shit.
Yeah. On the night of June 8th, once he cut the phone lines to the courier home, he waited about 2 hours outside to make sure that the rest of the neighborhood was asleep. He made his way into the garage through a window, and then he took a crowbar that he found in the garage to break the window of the door inside that led to the home. After he did that, he went straight to Bill and Lorraine's bedroom, immediately pointed a gun at them, tied them up, and he led them to their own car outside the home.
Oh, he kidnapped them?
Yeah.
Okay.
He drove them to a decrepit, kind of like abandoned farmhouse. When they got there, he parked, left Lorraine in the car, and took Bill inside into the farmhouse, and he cable tied him. As he was doing this, kind of took him like a little bit longer of time. So Lorraine actually managed to get out of the car and start running. And he heard this. He followed her and managed to catch up to her. And he tackled her to the ground. And she fought him.
Good.
Yeah, she fought him.
You were a boss bitch.
Yeah, bad bitch.
Bad bitch.
He actually, managed to overpower her. He took her inside the farmhouse and he sexually assaulted her.
También, igual que a la otra muchacha.
Well, I'm sure Bill heard from on the other room. Bill also managed to escape or try to break free.
Yeah.
Pero este pinche way, he heard. He left Lorraine, came to where Bill was.
No, he wanted to make sure they were dead. Like, he wanted to make sure.
And he shot Bill to death.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he went back to Lorraine and he strangled her to death.
You know what? Actually, I retract my statement about him being the worst of, the blob of Will. I think that's not going to be him. He's going to be worse than that.
Well, think about something.
Yeah.
After he he, like I just said, he strangled Lorraine, but they both didn't go down without a fight.
Good.
They both fought him for sure. And he told the FBI this.
Yeah.
He also tells them that he left their bodies in the basement of the farmhouse. But shortly after that, the farmhouse got demolished and was taken to a landfill. So the FBI
went over there to try to find the bodies. Okay.
Yes. get teams to the landfill, and they search for about 10 to 12 weeks, but they were not able to recover the bodies. Yeah.
Y para saber si estaban ahí o no, like to even know if that were his truth.
On the same episode of the 48 Hours that I watched, like, I believe family, I think it was, I don't want to misspeak, but I think it was Bill's half-sister or something like that, but they were just, like, completely devastated. I mean, not just because of what happened to them, but you don't even have a body to mourn.
Yeah, because, bury or mourn. Yeah, shit, man.
So, you know how I just mentioned earlier that motherfucker Israel wanted to remain anonymous?
Sí.
That was one of his conditions, to keep on talking.
Maldito.
Well, there was a news leak in Vermont.
Oh.
And Israel's name got linked to Bill and Lorraine.
Oh. Okay.
Y se encabronó, and he got pissed.
Y ya no les iba a dar nada de information.
And he didn't want to talk about anything anymore.
Damn it, man.
Yeah.
Great. Sometimes we kind of let the police do their job.
Yeah, and the media needs to stay out of it.
Yeah, I think so too. But.
So I believe the last thing that they were able to get out of him was the total amounts of victims that he had overall. He said it was less than a dozen.
Mames.
By that point, they knew of 3. Samantha, Bill, and Lorraine. Mm-hmm. So there were possibly 8 more.
Pero para saber?
He also later drew like 11 skulls on white pieces of paper in his own blood.
Oh.
That were found under his bed in his cell.
Oh, I hope he killed. I really do hope that hurt. That paper cut that he did that for that hurt.
The FBI, I believe, they represented his 11 victims, which were less than a dozen. So they believe that that's what it lined up, you know?
Yeah, it made sense.
Yeah. So after that happened, it took the FBI a little bit to build that trust back with Israel. Para que le estuviera diciendo cosas, you know? It never went back to the way that it was first at the beginning.
No, because he didn't want Americanos and fucking Snickers
cigars
anymore.
And cigars, yeah. He would hint at the location and a possible person, but it was bits and pieces here and there over periods of time. He, at first, would tell them that at first, they did manage to get out of her that his first attempted murder victim was in 1997 or 1998. He abducted a young woman in Bend, Oregon.
Do you imagine to find out where the fuck he did that if he was everywhere?
He literally was everywhere. But he would use his job as a construction worker to travel all over the U.S.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So he told the FBI that he abducted a young woman in Bend, Oregon, and sexually assaulted her. And he planned to kill her, but he ended up letting her go. He said that she just kept on talking and that it made it weird for him.
Then I wouldn't get killed, bitch.
Because you don't shut the fuck up.
I don't shut the fuck up. I talk too much. Ya ves, güey? Ya ves, motherfucker? You're always talking shit about me, pero it would have made me safe.
He said that after her, he never let another one go. His first actual murder was sometime in mid to late 2001. They figured out that it must have been in Washington State because in 2001, Israel had moved there with his pregnant girlfriend. Mm-hmm. And a few months after his first murder, he carried out his second and then third.
Okay. But all in the same area.
In the same state.
The same state. Well, I mean, area. I mean, compared to what the fuck he was doing.
He targeted people who were out in the woods, like national parks.
Okay.
By lakes and stuff. You know, where like I go where I go to and shit.
¿Dónde andas tú? No mames.
Because when I go out of town and shit or leave the street, I go to national park and shit. Fuck.
Síguele, güey.
Pero no voy sola.
No, pues claro que no, pero vas con María and Maribel y todas las Marías están así de grandes.
I'm one of the tall people.
Bitch.
Yvette's 5'9". But then after that, Yvette, I'm the tallest one.
And you're like
5'4".
5'4".
Apenas.
You like my daughter's taller than you, and she's 11.
And she's 11, yeah. So
that's really going to be helpful, guys.
Como dice Ross and Friends, I know karate.
Oh, you know karate? Okay, síguele, güey. Te vamos a meter un pinche matado a la verga.
So that, yeah, when he would target people in Washington State, you know, a lot of people travel to Washington State. I did, but I went to Seattle when I went to Washington State. But, you know, a lot of people visit Washington State for its, you know, hikes and, you know, different types of areas.
I want to go to Washington State because it's cold.
Everyone should go to Washington State because it's beautiful.
That and it's cold. It's not fucking dying like we are here.
The FBI learned of 5 possible victims in Washington.
That's what I was thinking. Like, if they... Pero, ¿te imaginas to go through all the unsolved cases, dude? No, está cabrón.
The first 3, like we just talked about, were sometime in 2001. The 4th and 5th were believed to have been between 2005 and 2006.
Yeah, okay.
They would try and look for missing people in these areas that Israel would give them clues to. But if he disposed of the body...
You wouldn't know.
And no one ever found it.
Yeah.
Then you couldn't link him to that murder.
I mean, he motherfucking thought about this motherfucking shit.
And specifically, like if people that he murdered were traveling from out of state just into Washington.
Yeah.
They were actually missing from a different state.
That's true.
Completely no way that you'd be able to link them.
No.
They wouldn't be that easy.
No, because then now you have to go to that state that they're missing from.
And then even how do you figure out?
And then how do you know what day did it? No, it's too much.
Yeah.
It is too fucking much. Ya anda la meleza aquí. Mírala.
Ya la vi.
Nomás con que no le dé pa' acá la pinche Melissa, eh? Sorry, Melissa's out there. It's just that was my random name that I found out.
So he left Washington and moved to Anchorage in 2007 after he left his after he left his girlfriend because she was struggling with alcoholism and wasn't fit to be a good mother to their daughter.
Oh, he was worried about their daughter, but what about all the people that he killed?
All the other daughters.
And all the daughters that was, okay, that makes so much fucking sense.
In 2009, he tells the FBI that he flew to the East Coast to kill someone.
Okay.
He admitted to abducting a female and transporting her to New York.
¿Te imaginas? East Coast all the way. Oh my gosh.
There he murdered her and buried her somewhere upstate. He didn't say who it was, of course, because he wasn't saying names and shit. But they searched through his computer, which they had, and his search history revealed that he looked up news articles for the name Deborah Feldman. They also showed him picture after picture after picture of possible victims. And he would say, nope. Then when Deborah's picture popped up, he hesitated. And then he said something along the lines of, I don't want to talk about it. So they knew, the FBI knew that, they were connected somehow.
I mean, they're not not stupid.
No.
I mean,
they know what they know. They're not that's not their first interview.
No, that's not their first interview. No.
Deborah Feldman was 48 years old and lived in Hackensack, New Jersey at the time of her disappearance, which investigators believe was on April 9th, 2009. Do you ever, I don't know if it's just me, but when I hear, specific dates in these type of cases, I always think to myself, I'm like, what was I doing at this point in my life?
What was that, in 2009?
April 9, 2009, it was...
Bitch,
it was my senior year of high school.
I was already with my husband.
Well, yeah, fuck, you got with my brother in 2005.
Yeah, so, I mean, that's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, okay, it was my senior year of high school. I was almost graduating. But I always think to the specific times when I hear, specific dates in these type of cases. I'm like, what was I doing? But
you were doing valedictorian shit.
Yeah.
That's what you were doing.
So, Deborah had a son whom she didn't have a relationship with because she was struggling with the drug addiction.
Oh, pobrecita.
It is said that she would sometimes do sex work. And it is believed that that's how she met Israel.
I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Because, they're from the church, but luego getting fucking sex workers and shit. As we know in the past cases.
Her body was never recovered.
Of course there wasn't.
Her son, named Matthew, and his dad were notified in November of 2013 of what the FBI thought had possibly happened to Deborah. I found an article where he gets an interview in his home right after he found out.
The son?
The son,
okay,
yeah, Matthew.
Luego?
And he said it was fucking surreal. And he said that even though he hated his mom, because they had a very turbulent relationship as he was growing up.
He probably thought she had left them.
It was more than that. From what I recall from the article, she would be like, give me money. If you don't give me money, I'm going to kill myself. They would
pero I'm just saying, he probably was like, oh, I hate her because she left and she was actually
dead. She just disappeared.
Yeah.
And he said that even though he hated his mom, she was still his mom.
Yeah.
And that no human deserved what had happened to her.
Of course not.
That article was really sad.
Yeah,
it was just really sad.
Yeah.
In the victim count of Israel Keys, Deborah was number 9. Israel lastly alluded to killing somebody in Texas.
Oh.
After he had killed Samantha and before he was arrested. He said that he burned a house down.
Okay.
And that it wasn't abandoned.
So he killed somebody in the burning.
Yeah, and he said that the home looked like it belonged to a hoarder.
Okay.
That was the last bit of information that the FBI would get from Israel because on December 2nd, 2012, he committed suicide in his jail cell.
Yes, of course he did, because he was a fucking bitch. That's why.
He split his wrist with the disposable razor.
Yeah.
It also looked
Sounds about right.
It also looked like he had tried to hang himself.
Unsuccessfully.
Yes.
Obviously.
He left behind a blood-stained note, which didn't contain any information or clues about any other possible victims. It was just mostly like a weird-ass rant or some shit.
Yeah.
The FBI believes that there is a victim in Wyoming because he had left a kill kit there.
Okay.
And possibly in California, too.
Yeah, because he hadn't been over there in Cali. That was weird. Sorry.
No, it's fine. They've dug super deep into all the places that he ever traveled into, like literally, like all these states. And one of the places that he would travel to, like more than once, was Canada, specifically Montreal. When he was asked if he ever killed anyone there, he said, and I quote, "Canadians don't count."
What a dick. So we like Canadians. Look at Drake.
I love Canada. I've only been to Canada 2 times, but I fucking love Canada.
I've been to Canada 0 times and I love Canada.
Yeah.
Bitch. Don't play with me.
The FBI to this date is looking to find names for the other victims of Israel Keys.
It's still an open case.
Yeah.
Wow.
And the cases of the remaining victims that were never named.
Yeah.
And it makes you, like, or at least for me, it makes me super upset or fucking mad.
Yeah, because he killed himself.
He never got to serve time for Samantha's murder or any other murder.
Porque se mató a la verga. Why the fuck did they let him have fucking disposable razors?
It was said that it was hidden into something else.
No, fuck all that shit. Because somebody must have left it somewhere. I'm fucking pissed.
And he actually did get indicted for Samantha's murder.
Pero que pa que vale verga? Yeah. Porque he killed himself.
Yeah.
You know what? That makes me upset.
And it should. It should fucking make you upset. Mm-hmm. And it should make everybody else motherfucking upset. Pero...
Why are they little bitches? Why? Like, I want to understand and put that, like, why the fuck, if you have the balls to go out there and kill all these people.
And not just kill these people, but plan it.
And
you know how careful and meticulous he was?
Fuck all that shit. Imagine you cutting somebody up. Do you know how hard it is to cut up a fucking chicken? You imagine a body? Like, I just can't even think. And then... be like a fucking bitch and kill you. No, motherfucker, aguante, culero.
And when I was watching the 48 Hours episode in this case, the FBI agents would say, like, you could feel the shift. Like, at first, you can, if he wanted you to feel like you were talking to your fucking neighbor, he will. But you would feel the shift when it would turn into a cycle.
Yeah, I can just imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can just imagine. Fucker.
I
hope he burns in fucking hell. I don't know if there is a hell or if there isn't a hell.
Whatever
burn in fucking hell. And que se lo coman los pinches gusanos a la verga, pinche estúpido. Oh my God.
And there, from what I read, I didn't really care to look more into him after he committed suicide, but I think his mom and a couple of his sisters, I don't know if it was 4 of them, like attended a small funeral or some shit, but not that we care. We don't.
No, he doesn't deserve anything.
Yeah, but it's scary to think that there's people like this.
Yeah.
That don't have a victim profile.
No.
That would target any fucking body at fucking random. You just gotta be at the wrong place at the wrong time.
No matter who you are, what you look like, what you smell like, what anything.
How careful you think that you are.
You are, yeah. I mean, and then you can't live life that way.
Being scared.
Porque, I mean, if I'm going to go to Starbucks and go get my damn coffee, I can't be worried. Because how am I going to live life like that? Like, how? How do you live life worried that there's going to be a motherfucker like this that's going to come and do something? How? Like, you can't. You, at the same time, you can't be, like, so, I don't know. I can't say extra careful, but like, you know, like, So,
like, no quieres decir, oh, si te va a pasar, te va a pasar.
Sí,
pero you want to be like, be careful.
Yeah, be careful. But
at
like,
the same time.
But what is it that you can do when somebody tries
not
this
leave
hard?
Your house?
But that's what I'm saying. Like
well,
somebody
Bill and Lorraine were in their house asleep.
Like they were like just chilling on a fucking day, like random, that they're gonna get up the next day and go to work.
Yeah.
Like thinking, me voy a acostar in the morning, voy a echar lonche and shit. Like, you know, echar huevo con chorizo para breakfast. Like that's what you're thinking, and all of a sudden you don't wake up. You know? And yes, it is scary, but at the same time, we cannot live life like that.
No.
We cannot.
Oh, I should have mentioned this earlier. I'm sorry that I didn't, but that's the thing. Like, he started fucking up because before he was killing elsewhere. And with Samantha, he killed
at home.
where he lived.
Yeah, uh-huh. No, he didn't fuck up. He thought he was never going to get caught.
He was getting, I think he was...
comfortable. He was getting comfortable.
He was chasing the high close to home.
Yeah, he was getting comfortable. And he was probably like, I'm going to go on vacation. So he's like, aquí tengo unos dillitas en la casa. Might as well.
Pero he got, like you said, he got too comfortable and they picked up his car on fucking camera.
I'm glad.
That's what you get, ho.
That's what you get, fucking bastard. I hope you burn in hell.
Okay.
Thank you, guys.
Muchas gracias, guys. Thank you for listening to us and putting up with us.
Thank you. Sorry about our rants. And no, we're not sorry. Because you know what?
If you want to listen to us, you're going to listen to us. If you don't,
it's okay.
It's okay. Bien. We know we have other
We still love you. And we want everything.
We respect you and support you.
Yeah. And not only that, but we also love everybody because that's what we're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, as a human being. Don't be trash.
Don't be trash.
Y no hagas mamadas.
Como Israel Keys, he was more than trash.
No, I'm telling you, we have to find out. Like, was he the milk that you leave on the bottom of the milk bowl and then you leave it 3 days?
I love milk, so no, nothing milk.
No, pero tenía 3 días, güey.
No, not even.
Oh, I don't really like milk, so I don't know about that. But I don't know. We'll think
anyways,
about
guys, thank you.
Thank you so much for listening.
Please follow us on Instagram at
Cafecito and Crime Pod.
Or send us an email to
Cafecito and Crime Pod at gmail.com.
And muchas gracias, guys. We love everybody that supports us and listen to us, and we really, 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 really appreciate you guys. And we hope you have a good night, good morning, good day, the rest of your week, whenever you're listening to us.
It doesn't matter when you are listening to us. We really, really do hope that you have a wonderful day. And not only that, I want to shout out all the cucarachas that are here in my garage.
Está bien pinche caliente en su garage.
Está caliente. Not only that, but let me tell y'all something. So my children are upstairs probably trying to sleep right now because it's late, but the AC is off because el AC hace pinche ruido.
And the AC will pick up on the mic.
On the mic. And not on my new mic, güey. Porque my new mic no pinche jalo. Vea.
It did not, but anywho.
We'll figure it out.
Again.
But thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
See you on the next one. Hasta los vidrios. Bye.